You see, the problem is when you start pandering to people, crazy things really do begin to happen. Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. It's time for another video. Now, you may have seen the previous video I did about people apparently saying that we should allow people to vote from birth. And I did say the patients have taken over the lunatic asylum. Well, the reason patients are taking over the lunatic asylum is because we're allowing to pander to people. And the more we pander to people, the more they think they can get away with. And we're now in the vicious circle, and we're in the situation now where people are just getting away with saying stuff and doing things that just aren't logical. I'm going to play you a clip now of two people having a discussion. Now, as soon as I bring up the title, you'll see that scholars say paedophilia is now a sexual orientation and should be accepted by members of society. But just let's listen to what they have to say, and we'll comment after, and let's see if you feel the same way as I do.
Most of us feel discomfort when we think about pedophiles.
Yeah, because they're dirty, horrible scum that don't deserve to walk the earth. But in any case, carry on.
But just like pedophiles, we are not responsible for our feelings.
Okay.
We do not choose them. But we are responsible for our actions. And we must make a decision. It is in our responsibility to reflect and to overcome our negative feelings about pedophiles.
No, it really isn't. It isn't our responsibility to come over our negative feelings of paedophiles, because they're scum, they're evil. And no matter how much you want to stand there and pontificate, and this is what happens when you allow people to pander, you tell them that they can say whatever they want. This is the kind of shit that is actually now made acceptable. In any case, let's carry on.
And to treat them with the same respect we treat other people with.
Fuck off, no. She's really not. But she genuinely believes this. She really thinks this is a great idea. I mean, what scholar? It's just some idiot making shit up, but no. I won't respect a paedophile. The only time I respect a paedophile is when he's lying on the floor bleeding.
We should accept that pedophiles are people who have not chosen their sexuality.
Yeah, they have. Because, of course, now we're in a world where we can just pick whatever sexuality we want. So they say you can pick whatever sexuality you want, you can pick whatever gender you want, you can pick whatever stupid pronoun you want to call yourself, but apparently a paedophile doesn't. It's the hypocrisy.
And who, unlike most of us, will never be able to live it out freely.
Good, because it's disgusting and illegal and shows that you're sick in the head. But in any case, carry on.
If they want to lead an upright life.
Yeah, because they don't want to. So, tough.
We should accept that pedophilia is a sexual preference.
No, it's not. It's a sexual deviation. They're deviants. They're sick in the mind. They're mental people. They have a mental health issue that needs to be addressed, and there is no excuse, and we don't need to accept it. We should never accept it. Where do these people come from? Oh, here we go. Here's another lunatic. Why are they always strange women? I mean, they are both women, just in short, even though this one looks slightly male, but it is a woman.
Statistics indicate that there will be one or two of you who are struggling with some form of paedophilic.
No, there isn't. There maybe he's not in that room. No. That's statistics. No, statistics are just made up to fit things. Like this ridiculous pontification.
Interest. These people can't talk about their feelings because they know that they will be hated for it.
And rightly so. In fact, they should be hounded and kicked out of society.
I truly do believe that every person is longing for love at some point in their life.
Fair comment.
And what if this love that you really wish for will forever be impossible?
Then you don't do it and you stop being a dirty little bastard.
That must be a really lonely situation to be in. Yes, from an emotional point of view, I can kind of understand that you would want to eliminate these people from society.
Yep, that's exactly what we want to do, and that's exactly what should happen. To be fair, lock them in the cell, eat the key, walk away and forget about them.
However, it doesn't make sense. And
Yeah, it really does. It really does make a lot of sense.
that's because we're talking about biology.
No, we're not. We're talking about a mental illness. It's not biology, lawyer.
We're talking about a sexual orientation.
No, we're not. We're talking about a sexual deviation. They're deviants.
Something that we simply cannot change.
Yes, we can. It's called chemical castration, or locking them in a cell and leaving them to rot.
And on top of that, every day new people are born with the same difficulty.
No, no one's born with paedophilia.
So it's not practical to eliminate these people from
No, it genuinely is completely, utterly, 100% practical to eliminate such sick people from this society.
society. They haven't done anything wrong.
Yet, and then when they do, you'll all go screaming, except for you. I'm sure you'll say, oh, it's not his fault that he just raped a 2-year-old child because it's just a sexual orientation and we should all accept it. Jesus Christ. This is what happens when you allow people to think that they can say whatever they want without any consequences. There is no way on God's earth that anyone should accept the actions of a paedophile. There is no excuse for it. It is not a sexual orientation like, being gay or lesbian or, whatever, heterosexual. It's not a decision. It's not an orientation. It's a dirty, sick perversion that needs to be treated with the contempt it deserves. We should never accept them. We should never feel sorry for them. They should just be got rid of. No, we won't eliminate them from society. We won't kill them. We'll just stick them in an island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean or the Atlantic Ocean. An island just off the coast of Ascension Island, that'd be perfect. Leave it, drop them food off every once in a month and that'll be fine. Because it's not acceptable. And how people can stand and try and defend paedophiles. There was another example where a woman did it on GB News. And they just didn't know what to say because she actually said, we should feel sorry for paedophiles. It's not their fault. Yeah, it really is. They're sick. They've got a mental health issue. It's not a sexual orientation. It really isn't. Why are we trying to make people accept paedophiles? Because that's exactly what we're doing. And
I'm posting on TikTok.
To prove a point, I'm going to bring up another video. And I'm going to let this lady explain a lot to you.
Okay, for the longest time, I refrained from posting on TikTok. I'm the swimmer who competed against Leah Thomas, who has been outspoken on why men should not be competing in women's sports or changing in our locker rooms.
You should follow her. She's right. She came second in that infamous race and has ever since been fighting for the fact that men shouldn't be involved in female sports, and correct and rightly so. But I'll let her carry on.
But after what I saw today on Twitter, I will be blasting my opinions and my views on all of my social media platforms.
Now, this is an old one. This is quite old, but it's well worth playing it because it's the exact same. It ties in. It really does tie in.
Because this is sick. And I think a true testament of where, as Americans...
In fact, I would say not just as Americans, as most people in the Western world at the moment seem to be doing.
We are today. Okay, so I came across this picture yesterday on Twitter, which is very clearly a man who is claiming the identity of a woman and breastfeeding a child.
Now, just to let you know that here in the UK, some NHS hospitals are now using drugs to simulate, or hormone replacement, so to simulate so men who pretend to be women can actually produce breast milk. It's chemically induced, so, so basically it's back to the days of Josef Mengele and experimenting on children just to see if they can make this sick fantasy become a reality. But yeah, and that's here in the UK. NHS are actually experimenting these drugs to make men who want to be women breastfeed. They're just that sink in for a moment and just think, but Rainey has a few good points here. Just listen on.
After seeing that picture, I very quickly took to my Twitter to call that what it is, which is sexual abuse of a child.
Correct. That's exactly what it is.
But I didn't realize to what degree until I saw this. In the following photos, you will see the same man who was breastfeeding the child actively using nipple clamps to fulfill his sexual fetish. Here is another one. And here is another one. And here is the Instagram caption from the same man on his Instagram profile where he wanted to check on how hard you can tug on the nipple clamps. So I guess what I'm wondering is, how can any sane human being see this man posing with this child, obviously sucking on his nipple, now seeing what he engages in privately, and not see this baby as an erotic prop for this man with a sick fetish? It is sexual abuse of a child, bottom line. And all of this to say that in America, we are normalizing pedophilia.
The same here, the same everywhere in the Western world. We're all trying to normalise paedophilia. And as she says...
let me repeat that. We are normalizing pedophilia. And we're normalizing this behavior in the guise of human rights. But sexual abuse is not a human right for anyone. I hate to even be spreading this message, but I think people need to see it. It's up to us to stand up against evil, which is exactly what this is. This is a battle of moral versus evil. The smirk on this man's face says it all. Okay.
Well, that's Riley Gaines saying exactly the same thing. It's not right in any way, shape or form to excuse paedophilia. It's not right to feel sorry for paedophiles. It's not right to say it's not their fault, it's a sexual preference. It's not. It's a sexual perversion. And in my book, that's never acceptable. But this is what happens again when we pander to people and allow the lunatics to run the asylum. If you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comment section down below. Also with like, sharing and subscribing if you wouldn't mind. With that, whenever you catch up with this video, I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon or evening. And with that, and as always, and until the next one, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to love you and leave you.